What's up, guys? Specstar here today with my Week 2 Battle of Farm, and I'm going up here against my man Mayo, and this video is sponsored by Specstar's OCD Meds. Specstar's OCD Meds, the best meds for Specstar's OCD. Watch the dog jump for it. Oh, he stopped right when I mentioned it. Okay, he is walking on my keyboard. Alright, here we go. Anyway, I'm facing up here against my man Mayo. He's 1-0. I'm 1-0. Something's got to give. And he has got himself a team consisting of Spiritomb, Mega Gallade, Thunderous Therian, Superior, Registeel, and Haxorus. And I'm going to switch over to my team right here. Give a little brief recap. I've got a Megalopony, Adamant with Power Up Punch and Quick Attack. If I get my +1 boost, he has a real hard time dealing with this thing. It can break through his team pretty well, and Quick Attack's there for Scarfers. Latias here, I got an HP, Speed, Calm, Mind, Reflect type 1. A lot of the things he has that can deal with it kind of get stifled by Reflect type, so I'm hoping I can get off a few Calm Minds if I am able to utilize it. Next up here, I've got a Scarf Heatran with Overheat. Dragon Pulse covers things like his Haxorus, Toxic, pretty much most of the stuff that Overheat won't hit, and Hidden Power Grass hits his Swampert. I got a Banded Greninja, which I thought did a better job hitting his team than a Specs variant, and I liked having the powerful U-turns against his team. I got Waterfall, U-turn, Ice Punch, which hits things like Haxorus and Thunderous, and Low Kick, which hits the Registeel. Next up here, I got a Comfey, Rock, and a Pixie Plate, which actually helps in last-ditch efforts against some of his setup sweeping type mons, because I have a more offensive build and I can't really stop them fully, but I can hopefully get them weak enough to pick them off with a Draining Kiss. U-turn covers Registeel if it's still around when Comfey's in. And lastly here, we got a Donphan, rocking a Rocky Helmet. A Max Attack Adamant because that makes it better for being able to stop Haxorus from setting up. And if Haxorus isn't here, which he did bring it, then I have Rapid Spin and Stealth Rock to help control hazards. So let's switch back over to the battle here. And I'm going to want to lead off with my Greninja because it's good against most of his team. He leads off with Superior. Against my team, I didn't think this thing would ever be Scarf, so I'm just going to go for my U-turn here. I decided to bring in Latias in case he tries to go for some kind of prediction like on Heatran. It's better against Hidden Power, Ground, and Glare while also taking Leaf Storms. So he does go for the Hidden Power Ground, which is great. I'm actually going to double out here into my Heatran, thinking he may want... Oh, getting a turn behind. I'm going to double out into my Heatran. I don't think the Superior is going to stay in, and it will cover potentially Registeel if he didn't want to bring that in on Latias. So he goes out into Spiritomb, actually, not exactly what I was expecting. I'm going to switch into Comfey, which covers the Spiritomb, and it covers Glade or Haxorus coming in. He goes into Registeel. I'm just going to U-turn out as I plan to with this thing. I get Heatran in, and it is Overheat time. A lot of damage on his Glade. He's going to be max HP. Good information. I'm going to go into Donphan, and it does cover that P-Jap play, potentially predicting Comfey. Now Big Donphan is in, but I'm actually going to switch out into Heatran again. He actually goes for Will-O-Wisp, but the play in Heatran covered potentially him going into Superior. Instead, he goes for Will-O-Wisp, and now something's definitely dying to Overheat. It's going to be the Glade, so great to see that big threat go down. Now he's bringing his Haxorus. He knows we're Scarfed, so... Well, at least I'm guessing he knows we're Scarfed. Why the hell would he be slower? Anyway, I'm getting behind here. Oops. I go into my Donphan here. He actually makes a good play predicting that with his Superior. I'm going to switch out into my Heatran. He shows Synthesis, so clearly he's intent on keeping that thing... Clearly he's intent on keeping this thing around, so I know he's going to switch it out, and I'm actually going to go for my Dragon Pulse here as he goes into Haxorus. Haxorus is going to barely survive the Dragon Pulse, and I'm going to go into my Donphan, which covers pretty much any option he can go for. He goes for Earthquake. We're going to munch that up. And as he goes into Thunderous here, I'm going to bring in my Latias. Latias double covered both Thunderous and Superior. Now I'm in on Thunderous. Thunderous isn't going to scare me. It'd have to be Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse to threaten me at all. So I'm just going to go for my Calm Mind here. He goes out into Spiritomb. Based on... No, I'm going to Reflect type here. It's not based on anything yet. It's about to be based on something. I'm going to Reflect type now. He shows Pursuit. That's max attack damage, so I'm guessing he is going to be potentially an Assault Vest variant, which makes sense in this matchup, so I can keep Calm Minding up here. He's going to bring in this Registeel, and I'm going to Reflect type in case it tries to go for a Toxic. Hopefully it's not T-Wave. It's not T-Wave, so I get to keep setting up here. And he's going to, in desperate times, go out into his Superior here. I'm going to keep Calm Minding up. I munch anything from this thing. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's Glare. I'm going to keep calming my mind as he goes for Leaf Storm. He goes for Leaf Storms as I calm mine. He synthesizes. And unfortunately with Shadow Ball, I actually twice now increase his special defense, which is a little bit annoying. It just makes this thing have more staying power and get more chances to crit me. He's going to go for Synthesis. I keep throwing off Shadow Ball. I've got enough PP for his team, so I'm not really sweating that too much. He keeps Leaf Storming, fishing for a potential crit. And he is running low on a Synthesis here. In fact, he's only got one left at this point in the game. And he will use it here. He's now rocking +3 special defense, but fortunately Sir didn't get a more reliable recovery move. This time he actually does crit his Leaf Storm, but he needs to crit it D-Pulse here to be able to finish the job. He goes for... Oh no, he's got one more Leaf Storm, my bad. I'm getting ahead of myself, my bad guys. I'm going to be able to Roost off. Fortunately, he does not crit, and I'm going to be able to get all my health back. He's got no more Synthesis. So his Dragon Pulse does here crit, which I was getting ahead of myself with that talk. But at this point, we're safe. Even if he does crit Dragon Pulses, we're going to be able to get our health back enough because it does not do enough damage. And Latias is going to be able to take that thing out with Shadow Ball, so that's great. He's going to bring out his Haxorus here because it does have the Mold Breaker and it is able to hit us with Earthquake. I knew I'd be able to take anything from it, and I will finish it off there with a Shadow Ball. He brings in his Thunderous. And yet, we just munch on that Thunderbolt, no problem. And Latias just continues to go in and pick off his team. I'm going to Reflect type on the Spiritomb. I didn't really have to. Mostly, I just like clicking Reflect type. That was kind of my motive there. But Latias here will end the game with a Shadow Ball. And we're fortunate enough to move on to 2-0 +12. After a great 2-game start, but GG to my man Mayo. Probably not his proudest game, but he couldn't do much for matchup to this set. It had a pretty good matchup against his team, and I know he will have a strong rebound next week. So GG to my man Mayo, and I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as much as I did. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.